A portion of this video is sponsored by Surfshark with their award-winning VPN service. More from them later on in this video. Apple claims to have improved the wired charging speeds on the new iPhone 17 series, so we thought let's put it to the test with this ultimate wired battery charging test between the 17 Pro Max, the S25 Ultra, and the Pixel 10 Pro XL. Let's get into it. A quick rundown of the battery and charging specs, starting with the Galaxy S25 Ultra. It is packing a 5000 mAh battery and it is using Samsung's super fast charging 2.0 technology at 45 watts, using the official supported 5 amp cable to get the maximum super fast charging 2.0 speeds. For the Pixel 10 Pro XL, it is packing a 5200 mAh battery, does support Google's 45 watt fast charging, and it is using a cable that comes in a box with the phone, and that's what we're using with the Pixel 10 Pro XL. For the iPhone 17 Pro Max, it is packing a 4823 mAh battery, and that's because my model is the physical SIM card model for this region here in the UK, whereas the eSIM only one that does have a bigger battery, but that is only available in the North American region, in Canada and USA. But I'm using the non-eSIM model with the physical SIM card tray, so that is the battery capacity, and it is said to actually have improved charging using 40 watts and above. Now, we're using Belkin's Boost Charge compact USB-C wall charger at 45 watts with the included braided cable that comes in a box with the iPhone 17 Pro Max, which is more than enough when it comes to the spec to be able to do the charging on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Belkin also have their Ultra Charge 3-in-1 foldable magnetic charger, and this is great because it does have the Qi 2 wireless charging compliance with MagSafe and also magnetic charging at 25 watts, which is perfect for the Pixel 10 Pro XL and the iPhone 17 Pro Max because they natively have magnetic charging built in without needing a case. Although Belkin are not a sponsor of this video, they did send these over for me to use and have a look at and actually try, so big shout out to Belkin for that. I'll have links in the description below for where you can grab them. Speaking of the sponsor for a portion of this video, we have Surfshark with the award-winning VPN service. As someone that travels out of the country regularly, works in different places outside of home, keeping myself protected when connected online means everything to me, and that's where Surfshark VPN comes in. Most of you know what a virtual private network service is and what it does, but Surfshark takes it further, and these are the main reasons why I use it. You can set up one Surfshark account and use it on an unlimited amount of devices, which, considering how many devices I test and use, this is very handy. For that extra layer of security, you can route through a second VPN layer backed with an additional hidden mode, which hides the fact that you're actually using a VPN, and a kill switch feature, which stops your internet if your VPN drops. Other benefits like Surfshark Search really help to make my online experience safe and protected while staying fast. Unlocking geo-restricted content on apps like Netflix is a lovely bonus, and if you use my special code Lover of Tech at checkout or my special link, you get an extra 4 months off Surfshark VPN. Don't worry, because if you feel it's not for you, then you have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So check out Surfshark VPN for yourself, and thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring a portion of this video. Okay, let's get straight to action and kick things off with this wired battery charging test between the S25 Ultra, iPhone 17 Pro Max, and the Pixel 10 Pro XL. We do have the voltage and the wattage and amperage reader on each of the devices. Look at the yellow part. That below is the total wattage being pushed through at the current time, and the blue at the top is the voltage and the middle is the amperage. And of course, we're going to be doing this at each 15-minute interval. We are going to be looking at the 20-minute interval as well, because Apple did claim that you can get about 50% charge in 20 minutes with the improved fast charging. So it's going to be interesting to see, and we will measure the temperatures as we go along as well. And of course, we've got the thermometer for the room ambient temperature, which you can see is around 23.6 degrees Celsius, slightly above room temperature, which is usually around 21-22 degrees. So yeah, we're pretty much going to go through each of the intervals as quickly as possible, and when we get to the first 15 minutes, we'll pretty much see where we are when it comes to the charge on these devices. When we get to 15 minutes, we're on 34% on the Galaxy S25 Ultra, 35% on the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and 29% on the Pixel 10 Pro XL. When we accelerate and we get to the 20-minute mark, here is where it's really important to see where we are when it comes to the charge. At the 20% mark on the Galaxy S25 Ultra, we are pretty much working with 39% battery, and then we've got 45% battery on the iPhone 17 Pro Max and 36% battery on the Pixel 10 Pro XL. Temperature readings, as you can see, is 36.1 degrees Celsius on the Galaxy, 37.6 degrees Celsius on the iPhone, and then 37.6 degrees Celsius on the Pixel 10 Pro XL. So 5% short of what Apple are claiming, but again, we are seeing a good improvement to the overall charging speeds for wired, and that is a good look. That's all we want. So next interval is going to be the 30-minute mark. At the half an hour interval, where will we be when it comes to the charging for these devices? S25 Ultra is on 45% battery, 36.0 degrees Celsius for the temperature reading, 57% battery, 38.1 degrees Celsius on the iPhone, and then 47% battery, 37.0 degrees Celsius on the Pixel 10 Pro XL. That's a good rating for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now, next interval is going to be 45 minutes. Now, I've done plenty of battery charging tests on the S25 Ultra, and it's charged a lot quicker than this. So I think the charge cycles has a play in this, and the battery age as well. Now, 45 minutes, you're on 57% battery, 35.8 degrees Celsius on the Samsung, 76% battery, 37.5 degrees Celsius on iPhone, and then 54% battery, 38.0 degrees Celsius on the Pixel 10 Pro XL. So the Pixel 10 Pro XL is very conservative. So whatever increase they have there, again, it's still very conservative when it comes to the charging. Next interval is going to be the 60-minute mark, which is the 1 hour mark. So yeah, I definitely think with the S25 Ultra, because of the battery age and the charge cycles, it really plays into the charging speeds right now, which is interesting. At the 1 hour mark, 72% battery, 36.5 degrees Celsius, and then 84% battery, 35.4 degrees Celsius, and then 65% battery, 37.6 degrees Celsius, respectively, on the iPhone and the Pixel 10 Pro XL. Now, when we're getting into this, the next interval is a 75-minute mark, which is an hour and 15 minutes. Are any of these devices going to be finished charging by then? Well, let's see and find out. Well, 86% battery, 36.4 degrees Celsius on the Samsung, 93% battery, 33.3 degrees Celsius on the iPhone, and then 83% battery, 34.7 degrees Celsius on the Pixel 10 Pro XL. So yeah, very interesting. We still have some time left and a lot of percentage in these phones, and it's interesting because in the past, the early days of doing a charging test on the S25 Ultra when it was brand new, it did charge 100% in 57 minutes. I will leave the original charging test that I did in the description below, and you can see for yourself. That was back in January at the beginning of this year when it come out. So yeah, it's just interesting to see how much it's slowed down in relation to the charge cycles, which is probably about 198, close to 200. Now, first place, let's go to the iPhone 17 Pro Max, 1 hour, 29 minutes and 51 seconds. Final temperature reading of 32.1 degrees Celsius. In first place to 100% charge over wired is the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Imagine the iPhone is winning a charging test. That's very, very, very interesting to experience. And that's good, I guess. It's a good improvement. So we see the half an hour intervals there. Measurements at 94% on both the Pixel as well as the S25 Ultra with their respective temperature readings. Which one is going to be next to finish second? So that does look like it will be the Galaxy S25 Ultra. It does finish at 1 hour, 37 minutes and 54 seconds. Final temperature reading of 34.7 degrees Celsius in second place. Again, like I said, it's charged a lot quicker than this. I mean, I've done this full charge in 57 minutes before when the phone was pretty much brand new back in January. 100% check out. I will keep emphasizing this is my original review in it that I've been daily using since January. So yeah, there's some miles in there. And then final place, third place goes to the Pixel 10 Pro XL, 1 hour, 45 minutes and 37 seconds. Final temperature reading of 30.9 degrees Celsius. Third place, Pixel 10 Pro XL. Let's go through the parameters quickly of how we set this up. Battery protection feature has been disabled for the S25 Ultra. You go to the charging settings, it is on fast charging, out of the box default. You look at the battery information, this is where it's really important. The battery charge cycle count is 198. It does say it is a 5000 milliamp hour battery, and of course the battery health is still saying 100%, but honestly, take into account with the amount of charge cycles almost being at 200, I think this is what's played into it charging slower than what it was when it first came out. I'm going to emphasize it again. Go watch the original charging test where it did charge 100% in 57 minutes when it was brand new back in January 2025. And then looking at the latest software at the time of this recording, it is on One UI 8.0 with Android 16 with the September update. Now for the iPhone 17 Pro Max, as you can see with the battery health, it is 100%, only one charge cycle. This is pretty much the latest device out of all of them, so it's going to be fresh out the box for what we're going to be using. Charging wise, we've disabled any form of optimized battery charging feature on there, so we should get the faster charging speed, as well as the power mode. Adaptive power has been disabled as well. You can see the battery percentage. Latest software at the time of this recording, of course, is iOS 26, and yes, this is the iPhone 17 Pro Max that we are using. You can see it within the settings there. So yeah, pretty simple and straightforward. For the Pixel 10 Pro XL, we can see in terms of the battery, what we have with the health is 100%. Again, the Pixel 10 Pro XL is also a new device that only came out end of August. There's not many charge cycles in there, which you will see later on. When it comes to optimized charging, we've disabled that as well. So when we go in and we see that everything for this is pretty much straightforward when it comes to charging. So what we have with the information, as you can see, the charge cycle count is only 4. So yeah, this is pretty much a new device that we're working with, so it's good and it's ready to go for this charging test. Software wise, we are running with Android 16, and it does have the latest September update when it comes to the security patch. So yeah, all things are good in what we're working with. The freshest phones are the iPhone 17 Pro Max and the Pixel 10 Pro XL. And of course, by age, 198 charge cycles on S25 Ultra, still saying 100% battery health. But yeah, I think that plays into why it did charge slower. So overall, great improvements to the wired battery charging on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Again, nothing astounding like what we've seen from some of the other Android manufacturers doing 60 watts and 100 watts and 80 watts, where they're charging big silicon carbon batteries with 5,500 plus milliamp hour batteries in 40 minutes or 45 minutes. But this is kind of a nice improvement, especially if you're looking at the half an hour mark, 57%. That's actually really decent. What's more concerning is how much slower the S25 Ultra charges. Yes, it is still super fast charging 2.0 with 45 watts with the 5 amp cable, and you can see the wattage that it was actually pushing to the higher 40 watts close to. But I don't know, maybe the age of the battery within the year with almost close to 200 charge cycles, even though the battery health still says 100%, yeah, it seems to have really affected the charging speeds. And it's something that I notice on a daily basis compared to the first time I did it, where it was charging to 100% in less than an hour at like 57 minutes. This is slowed down, and honestly with the Pixel 10 Pro XL, it's par for the course for what I've always experienced doing these charging tests with the Pixel 10 Pro XL. Brand new or not, this is less than 10 charge cycles. As you pretty much know, it's a device that came out near enough end of August. It's pretty much fresh. So that's interesting. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you surprised by these results, or actually are you impressed in any way? Let me know your thoughts again in the comment section below. That's it for me, Ben from Lover of Tech. If you enjoy videos like this, you know exactly what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss any future videos on the channel. I hope you're all safe during this time. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.